All right, this is the weekly gold, COMEX gold video, August contract for the week of Monday, June 30th. I'll show you the newsletter here. This is the same chart on the newsletter. Take a look at some of these levels for the week itself. We have 1322.2. This is likely this week. It is a point that could contain June highs. And once we test it, the market then vulnerable to slipping back to this 1162 even ascending channel bottom on the weekly continuation chart, volume based rollover, which now reflects the August contract. So we're still in this sort of wedge, this two sided framework. The more significant is at 1262 even, but there's no way of knowing that holding above 1262 even, there's an inevitable violation of 1322.2. It's just, you just can't do it. But I will say this, if we close this week above 1322.2, that would spell longer term bullish continuation. And let me show you what some of those price targets would be. Oh, by the way, while we're talking, I've got 13. Well, I'll get to that in a moment. So let me go ahead and draw this channel top. This is that 1322.2 that I showed you. If we closed above, I might as well draw that out here. Hold on a second. Okay, there you are. So if we close the week above 1322.2, we've got 1349.8, which is the high from February. That's a weekly containment level. That would be kind of a 1 to 2 week target if we close the week above 1322.2. But really, I'm looking for what, 3 to 5 weeks by the end of July into the 1390 area. This ascending channel top could contain quarterly highs, quite possibly. Got 1377 here. We got 1364. It does roughly line up with these old highs, but this is an area that could, let's say that we test it by the end of July, it could certainly contain buying into autumn trade, okay? And then if we closed above it, then we're into the lower $15 area as our next target. But closing the week above 1322.2, expect this high at 1349.8 within 1 to 2 weeks. And ultimately 3 to 5, 5 to 8 weeks, the 1390. And you can see on the newsletter itself, I've got 1349.8. That is this high here going back to last January or February, okay? So downside, let's talk downside here. I do have a kind of just a very short-term channel structure here at 1305.9, as you can see, and that is a session containment level. All right, it's pretty good for buying into, and in fact, holding above it, this 1322.2 is expected within the week. Now, if we close back below 1305.9, I think the market could ease back. Is it a significant sell signal? No, it's not. In fact, going back to the newsletter itself, you've got these session containment levels on the way down. Would we get to 1283? We just might. If we close Monday below 1305.9, I think you should expect at least 1295.4 within a couple of days, possibly 1283 here within the week. That 1283 here is a downward pivot point to actually this channel this speed line. So, like I said, we're in this kind of a 3 to 5 week two-sided framework between 1262 even and 1322.2. With session containment levels in between these 2 points that you can see here. 1262 even is the lowest I go here on this week's. I don't expect to get below it. If we do break this level intra-week, let me know. I mean, I'll be watching it, but I would need to add more support levels. And we could talk about that scenario here. I do have essentially the old low from last August. That would be a target if we close below 1262 even. And that would be achievable by August expiration. Now, of course, there'll be channel structures on the way down and Fibonacci retracements. There will be weekly containment levels on the way down. But if you're looking for a longer-term sell signal, at this point, I only see one with a weekly settlement below 1262 even, and that should then result in a retest of this low at 1167 even from last August. How long would it take? I think 2 to 3 months, perhaps. So let's bottom line this. We have a wedge formation we're playing in right now. We could do a two-sided activity here through June between 322.2 dropping weekly and 1262 even rising weekly. If closing outside of there, though, does spell directional follow through in the respective direction, at this point we're much closer to 1322.2. So if we closed once again above 1322.2, expect 1349.8 within 1 or 2 weeks. And as I showed you earlier, and I'll show you again right now, there it is. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Oh, this is the August chart, but the 1390s would be in reach. Okay? That is all I've got to say, really. Oh, here it is, 1390 even. Okay? If we close above 1322.2, brace yourself for 1390 even within as little as 3 to 5 weeks. That's all I got for this week's gold video.